tonight at 6.
These parents want to know why their principal was placed on leave. This man says he may have the answer.
About 40 Zachary police officers say they're not getting paid enough money, and tonight they plan to picket.
Plus, the blame game on Capitol Hill, finger pointing as lawmakers look into what went wrong on the Deepwater Horizon.
First in local HD news, Louisiana's News Channel brings you 9 News at 6.
Hi, I'm Donna Britt.
And I'm George Sells. Some Baton Rouge parents are raising concerns after a popular principal was placed on paid administrative leave.
Cheryl Singer, the principal at Westdale Heights Academic Magnet School, was placed on leave yesterday. The school board says it's a personnel matter, but one parent told WAFB's Tiana Williams it may be because someone switched some test scores.
Yeah, that's right, Donna. With just about 8 days left in the school year, parents say they don't understand why Singer is absent. Now they're circulating this paper around asking the board to bring her back. But one parent says if what he thinks happened is true, the school board's actions may be warranted. It's new at 6.
Carrying a sign reading, "Bring back Mrs. Singer, we want answers." He was the sole man marching in front of the East Baton Rouge School Board Tuesday morning. Another parent held a sign she says her daughter wrote.
And she also brought a petition to school. She wants her principal back.
This group of parents wants to know why their children's principal, Cheryl Singer, is not spending the last days of the school year at school.
She was the principal of the year in East Baton Rouge Parish, and now she's a pariah. She can't even come back for 8 days.
Nicole Cangelosi says she can't imagine Singer doing something so wrong to warrant bringing in an interim principal.
So something happened behind those closed doors, and this document was changed.
Kelly O'Neill says there's a lottery system to get into Westdale. He says last week his 4-year-old was chosen and tested, but when he looked at her paperwork, he was the one with questions.
PASSED on here in the sunlight, it was whited out. And obviously this number was altered somehow. 90 is a passing score. So it looks like it was changed from a 9-0 to an 8-0.
O'Neill says he took this copy to the EBR school board.
They started their own internal investigation, and as of yesterday, I got a phone call, and basically they said my daughter had passed the test.
Kelly O'Neill says he wonders how many other test scores were changed. While the school district won't comment directly on the situation involving his daughter, a spokesperson did tell us Principal Singer will remain on paid leave until the investigation is complete. Donna?
Thank you, Tiana.
Well, tonight's the night. Zachary police officers hope the city council will support a move to give them more money. WAFB's David Spunt joins us live from Zachary with this developing story. David?
George, good evening. About 40 Zachary police officers plan on marching in the Zachary City Hall behind me in about 30 minutes to talk to the mayor and city council and persuade them about why they need a 15% increase in average pay for patrol officers. Now, right now, the average patrol officer in Zachary makes about $30,000. They say that that's not enough to keep them in Zachary, but the mayor, Henry Martin, has told me as we did this report last night that he just can't afford it right now. Now, right now, I'm going to introduce Officer Shane White. Officer Shane White is the president of the local Zachary Police Union here. Officer White, go ahead and tell me why you guys are out here tonight, what you hope to accomplish from this.
We'd like to present to the council the 15% raise that we are asking for the average police officers. What it is the national average is we are in the bottom 10% of the national average. We are also below the southern average, which is roughly $52,000, whereas you did earlier state that we only make $30,000, so we feel that we're farly underpaid, and we have brought it to the council and to the mayor several times and several years back, and we continue to get pushed under the rug.
And what do you plan on doing if this is not approved by the council?
We'll probably do informational pickets, let the public know what is going on. We will not strike. We will not take anything away from the citizens of Zachary. We will continue to provide a service to them.
Right. Officer Shane White, president of the local Zachary Police Union here. Really appreciate that. Again, this will start at 6:30. The mayor is going to be submitting his actual budget, it looks like, before June 8th. We should have more about this, but if the council does not approve it, I've talked to some members, they say unfortunately they can't approve it. They plan on having those informational pickets starting tonight, and we'll have a full report at 10 o'clock. George, back to you.
Checking back with you then. Thank you, David. Now for the latest on the coastal crisis and that oil spill in the Gulf. BP officials say a second box is now on its way to the oil spill site.
It's a smaller oil containment box known as a top hat. BP hopes this box will be lowered to the seafloor today, and undersea robots will position it over the gusher by Thursday. So it'll take 2 days. We're also learning more about what happened on the Deepwater Horizon. One worker says no one was coordinating efforts to put out the fire on the rig. Now, those comments were made at a hearing with the U.S. Coast Guard and the Minerals Management Services, MMS, in Kenner today. Meanwhile, there were 2 Senate committee hearings in Washington with a lot of finger-pointing. Now, today's hearing was being called the blame game. 3 different companies saying, not our fault. Andre Morrow's here now with the latest on this congressional testimony.
Yeah, and you know, none of it sounding very good. Nothing very comforting for anyone. It's been just over 3 weeks since the Deepwater Horizon exploded, and we don't know really a whole lot about what happened on April 20th. 3 companies testified before the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee today. BP, who leased the rig, Transocean, who owned it, and the blowout protector that was supposed to stop an explosion, and Halliburton. They were the subcontractor encasing the well pipe in cement. BP put the blame on Transocean for the blowout protector not working. Transocean pointed the finger at BP's drilling plan, as well as Halliburton. Halliburton says everything they did was based on requirements set by BP. Now, all that finger pointing did not sit well with the Natural Resources Committee. Senators grilled the 3 company heads about the roles each of their companies was playing in the offshore drilling rig.
I hear one message, and the message is, don't blame me. Well, shifting this blame does not get us very far.
I would suggest to all 3 of you that we are all in this together, because this incident is will have impact on the development of our energy policy for this country.
Not to mention the Louisiana coastline and our natural-owned resources. Senator Mary Landrieu pushed BP about paying for the cleanup. BP's president, Lamar McKay, says they are going to pay claims, and all company resources are going toward getting the leak plugged and the cleanup moving forward. So still many more hearings ahead, Donna, and you know what? That oil's still gushing into the Gulf freely.
Make it stop.
Make it stop.
Thank you, Andre.
New video of the oil leak 5,000 feet underwater was released today. It's the most revealing images we've seen so far of the actual oil spill. The short video shows robotic arms from an underwater vehicle capping one of the leaks. Look closely and briefly in the background. You can see a dark cloud shoot into the water. It's the only glimpse of the leak BP has released.
If I had to guess, it's that BP doesn't exactly want the public to see what's happening. They want to control the message, they want to control the information, but I think the public needs to see what's happening both at the surface and at the seafloor.
BP insists this is not about controlling the message. 200,000 gallons of oil is spewing into the Gulf every day, close to 4 million gallons so far. Stay with 9 News and WAFB.com for the latest on the coastal crisis. We'll continue to follow the Senate hearings and bring you new developments. 2
people were hurt today after a boiler malfunction at Marathon Oil Refinery in Garyville. That's east of Gramercy. A company spokesman says around 9:30 this morning there was a, quote, disruption in a boiler that left the men with cuts and scrapes. They were treated on site, and so far no cause has been determined, but Marathon says there will be a very thorough investigation.
A 9 News update tonight. A 10th person has now been convicted in that sting at Baton Rouge City Court known as Operation Illegal Motion. Robert Stevens admitted to accepting bribes from individuals with cases pending in city court. He also admitted to sharing the proceeds from the bribes with a prosecutor who would either dismiss or fix the charges. Stevens faces 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Authorities need your help this evening to find 2 men accused of being deadbeat dads. Authorities say Joseph Bean and Nero Vandius Young owe more than $51,000 in child support payments between the 2 of them. East Baton Rouge deputies also say Young is wanted for simple battery, escape, and theft. Call Crime Stoppers if you can help find them. 344-STOP.
Up next on 9 News, the